What's up, my ghostly people? How you guys been doing? Today my topic, it's a very interesting topic, something that flooded my inbox because many of you guys had many questions about it. So I decided to make a video and answer all you guys' questions. The topic is demon possessions, hauntings, and attachments, and what the difference is between demons and spirits. Demons are from the dark side. Obviously, everybody knows that, right? When you're dealing with the dark side, you absolutely are being haunted. And the reason why I'm saying absolutely being haunted is because it's really hard to get rid of the dark side. The dark side has an agenda when they attach themselves to a person or to a location that they're haunting. A regular spirit, it can mean many different things. One of the things that it can mean is it could be a loved one that just popped in to check on you, to see how you guys are doing, to help you out, and just to stick around and hang around. Maybe there's somebody's house that you're living in that's a loved one that crossed over, and that spirit has some kind of attachment either to the person that's living in that house, or the house itself is pretty much a home to the spirit, and it's been a home to the spirit for many, many years. So therefore, they're going to stay. That's not the case every single time, but at the same time, spirits like to be earthbound. Not all, but earthbound to unsolved or unfinished business. Unsolved mysteries, meaning their death, if they went quickly and they were murdered, or they weren't ready to die and it was an instant death. Some don't even know that they're dead. So therefore, experts like me come in and connect to the spirits to figure out why they're still there, what their agenda is, and how we can help them to cross them over. That way they won't be earthbound, because it's not a safe place for spirits to stay. Now, demons, on the other hand, have agendas. Demons stay on earth or come up to earth because they make deals. And they don't just make deals with the devil himself. They make deals with people. Meaning a person can sell their soul to the devil, and therefore a demon is conjured up and they stay with the person to help them out. Now, when I say help them out, there's always a price to pay. They don't just help them out because they're nice. They're not. They will make your life a living hell. And that's why I always tell people, don't ever sell your soul to the devil. For richness, for fame, for anything that you want, for your own selfishness, you do not do that. But I mean, that's completely up to you. I recommend no. Now, the difference between possession, haunting, and attachments. Possessions are, let's do hauntings first, and then we'll go into possessions, because it interacts, and you guys will see how they go hand in hand together. Now, hauntings is simply when a dark entity is around you, whether they're haunting you at home, they're haunting you at work, in your car, wherever you go, this dark entity, this dark energy feeling around you doesn't go away. And what they do is they stick around. They have agendas. And in the end, when they're done, they take your soul. And it is true. You guys can look it up. There's been so many videos and TV shows made and all that stuff. And yes, I'm here to confirm that it is true. They do that. Another thing for haunting is to collect energy. Now, energy can be collected through fear, when you show fear. Energy could be collected when you're upset and depressed. When you're feeling tired, they're sucking the crap out of your energy. You know what I'm saying? So when you have this dark energy around you at all times, Do you feel like you're being suffocated? And a lot of you that sent me emails at monicaspiritqueen@yahoo.com, which is my email, and you guys are, feel free to send me an email anytime you like if you have any questions or concerns or need help. They will suck the crap out of your life, literally suck you dry. And I know it's a funny phrase saying sucking, but it's true. A lot of times, and that goes hand in hand, haunting and attachment. They go hand in hand. Attachment is also, they're not just haunting the location or your home that you're living in, but they're also attached to you, which again goes back to your workplace, your home, your car, wherever you go. There's this negative energy around you at all times, and it gets really irritating. And what they do is they turn everything positive in your life into negative. They shut doors that are open in your life, or doors that will open, and then all of a sudden, and I'm sure most of you guys have had this happen and experienced in life, is when you do have, or if you do have an attachment from the dark side, a dark entity, any door that opens, any door of opportunity that opens for you, the dark side will shut it. And the reason for that is the more you're depressed, the more you have less energy, the more you're just tired. You're tired all the time. They're draining you. And then on top of that, when it comes to hauntings, they will make you do things, or they will do things, I should say, to make you show fear. And once you show fear, and the hair on the back of your neck stands up, and when you feel like you have to sleep with the lights on, when your water in the bathroom, in the sink, or in the kitchen, or the shower water goes on by itself, doors slamming shut, windows slamming shut, objects start getting thrown around, furniture start getting moved. Those are all things that they do to put fear inside you. And once they do that, and once they see that you actually show fear, that you're scared, then it's their cue to jump in and collect your energy. They collect energy through fear. That's why I always tell people, when there's things like that going on, I know it's easier said than done. And I know that, it's really hard not to scream. It's really hard not to hide in your bed with a blanket over your head. It's really hard not to just take your keys and run out the door and say, I'm never going back in that home again. Of course, it's hard. And that's why I'm making this video right now, to show you, or to let you guys know, that there's other things that you guys can do other than showing fear and feeding into their negativity and letting them win. Because when it comes to the dark side, they like to win. And to them, life is a game. Everything is a game to them. Just like life was a game to them in this realm, when they cross over to the dark side, it continues to be a game. In fact, it's a funner game for them to play on the other side, in the spiritual realm. And the reason for that is because, number one, majority of them, or I should say the demons, the dark side, the entities, are not visible to human eyes, to most human eyes. Not the ones that have gifts like me, because I could see them, but to those who are not spiritual, or to those who do believe in spirits, but they don't have the gift, or they don't want to use the gift, or whatever the reason is. To those who don't see spirits, period, they like to taunt them. They like to play games. They like hide and seek, and I'm sure that most of you guys could relate to what I'm telling you right now. It's the dark side is not fun and games to mess with. And I'll go into more details in a minute of how portals are open, or how you can open portals to bring the dark side, and that you shouldn't be doing it. There are things that people do all the time on a daily basis, and then, their life goes down to shit, and they're like, oh, maybe we shouldn't have done that. You know what I'm saying? So going back to attachments and hauntings, the more you show fear, the more activities increase. And the reason why activities increase is because of the fact that they're collecting the energy out of fear, out of depression. They will mess with your mind. And how many of you guys have actually had experience where you're happy 1 minute, and then all of a sudden you're very depressed, you're sad, you want to break into tears, you hate the world, you hate people, you don't want to see anybody, you just want to hide from the world, and you don't know why? Or sometimes you get these violent thoughts that, of course, you don't want to act on, and of course you're not going to act on. But at the same time, it's not your thoughts, and it's not you, and you stop to think about it, and you're like, what? Why am I thinking this? What's going on? You know what I mean? And that's when you know that something else is going on other than what's happening in your life. And when that happens, I suggest you to seek help professionally, with people who are spiritual, with people who deal with these, and who knows, experts, like me, who knows how to deal with attachments, who knows how to deal with possessions and hauntings and things like that. Now, when it comes to possessions, that is a whole different level. It's a higher level than just a regular. I wouldn't say regular, because hauntings are not really regular to most people, especially ones that are not used to it, or skeptics out there. They're like, what is going on? But possession is a higher level of haunting and attachments put together. So you put those two together. And the way that you do that is, not only are you being haunted, not only do you have attachments or an attachment, but now you are open to the spiritual realm for your body, without even knowing. Your mind, your body is open to the spiritual realm, to where now it's easy for a spirit to jump in your body and possess you. Now, there's a couple of different levels of possession, a couple of different ways people get possessed. Number one, the very, very, very obvious way is when a person doesn't act like themselves. They don't need, a lot of times, have you guys heard of shape-shifting? I'm sure the majority of you guys have heard of shape-shifting. And shape-shifting is when you have a negative entity inside you that's possessing you. And you've seen this, on the internet, on TV, when they put it on news, and like, something's going on with this person. They don't look the same. They're all in the scary movies that they made. The person's face kind of changes, either a little bit or a lot. The pupils get big. The eyes are black. Sometimes fangs grow out, and yes, it is possible. No, I'm not talking about vampire. This is serious. You could see the fangs coming out a little bit, and it doesn't stay out long enough for it to be too obvious for people. If you're lucky enough, you'll catch it, and you'll try to help the person. If the person doesn't know, and you have experience in helping, people with that, and getting rid of the entity that's possessing the person. But sometimes the cheekbones will get sucked in a little bit, where you could see the bones popping out a little bit more, even from the sideways. Like, the nose isn't right, the mouth isn't right, the eyebrows are not the same, they're like a weird shape. That's part of possession also, shape-shifting. Regular possession can be when you do things out of the ordinary from time to time, and then you feel drained afterwards. You feel drained at the end of the day, which is not a regular drain. It's like, falling asleep at the wheel, and you've never done that before. You're like, what is going on? that kind of drain. Now, the hardcore, and I call it hardcore possession for a reason. The ones that feel like you're in a trance, like you feel like it's you, but it's not, and then somebody tells you about it and you don't remember, and you're like, what the hell did I do, and why did I do it? They'll make you do things. They control you completely from head to toe. They full on take control over your body, your mind, your soul, everything. A lot of times when you snap out of it, which we call it snapping out of it, because, you know, at that moment, the spirit or the dark entity or demon jumps out of your body and you come to. It means that when they take full control of your body, yourself, period, from head to toe, you automatically go into a sleep phase. You know, like when you're tired and you have a really bad headache at the end of the day and you can't sleep because your mind is running, but you want to sleep, so you pop in a couple of PMs, you go to sleep, you wake up refreshed the next morning, but then you say, I don't remember having any dreams because I was that tired and I just crashed out. That's similar to what happens when you get fully possessed. You are sleeping. They put you to sleep right after they take over your body. And you don't know anything that you do. You don't know anything that happens. And then all of a sudden you come to. And you're in a place where you don't even know how you ended up there. The scary part is, when you're fully possessed like that, they can make you do so many weird things that an actual normal human being will not be able to do. In reality, you won't be able to do some of the things that they make you do when you're possessed. And it's really scary. You know, bending all the way backwards and you're not a gymnastic. You're not, you know, you're not 5 years old anymore to where you can completely put your legs up above your legs or do the splits, but they will make you do that. And the fucked up thing with it is when you snap out of it, when you come to after they leave your body, you feel not only drained, but everything that they've done that physically affected your body, you will feel it. You would feel the aches and pains and the cramps, and then, you know, let's say you have scratches or bruises or marks on your body and you're like, what the hell, how the hell did I even get that? They do that. They do that. They don't care because it's not their body. You know what I'm saying? I've studied a lot of possession cases before, and I've seen a lot of crazy things that a normal person won't do. They will make you hurt other people. They will make you go rob a store. You won't even know. You'll be locked up for life for robbery or murder, and you won't even know you did it. They will, and it's true, 100% true. They will make you kill yourself. And if that day comes, then that means you belong to them and they take your soul. They will make you kill yourself jumping over a bridge or off of a bridge, pulling the trigger, getting the gun and pulling the trigger. It's so scary. And I'm not making this video to scare you guys. I'm making this video for you guys to be more aware of your surroundings, for you guys to pay attention to even the little things that happen in your life. And, you know, and if it's a reoccurring thing constantly, seek professional help. Ask somebody that's, you know, an expert. Ask somebody that's in the paranormal field, in the spiritual field, and, you know, and seek help. That's like the best thing that you could do. People tell me all the time, you know, stories about how they have a little child in the house and the child will start talking to somebody that's not there, that's not visible in their eyes. And parents often brush it off as, you know, it's the child's imaginary friend. But if the child continuously does that and you see abnormal things going on around your child or in your household, pay attention. Ask more questions. That's my suggestion. That's my thought on it. Ask more questions. Who are you talking to? Listen to the details carefully. If they describe what they're talking or who they're talking to, if they give you a name of an individual they're talking to, what they're saying, what they're doing, what they're talking about, why is that entity there talking or communicating with your child? And I'm not saying go all crazy out on it and try to cast it out yourself and encourage your child to stop talking to that entity, because now you're scared and now you're trying to get that thing out of your house. Because all you're doing is you're stirring things up. You're pissing off the entity that's there. And you're putting your child's life at risk, because now that your child has told you about that entity, that most likely that entity did not want you to tell anybody about them being there. But at the same time, you're putting your child's life at risk, because now that entity is pissed off not just at you, but at your child that spilled the beans and opened their mouth about them being there. So guess what? Your child's life is at risk too now. And they're gonna do something to your child, or they're gonna attempt to do something to your child. Again, seek professional help. Don't increase the activities by encouraging these spirits to do so. Don't piss them off. When you piss them off, it's not a good thing. It's never a good thing to conjure up spirits. It's not a good thing to piss them off. Also, when it comes to conjuring spirits, because I said I was going to talk to you guys about that, there's a couple of different ways that you guys can conjure up spirits, and it does work, and I don't recommend it, because you don't, especially when you have no experience on how to do it or how to handle it after you conjure up spirits, and you don't know who pops up and who doesn't. What you're doing is you're opening portals. And those portals 99% of the time are not good. Now, I know most of you guys are going to get a little bit upset about what I'm going to say next. But at the same time, I feel like it's my job to let you guys know, especially making this video for you guys to know and be aware of not just your surroundings and what's going on, but also when you conjure up spirits through Ouija boards and tarot cards, you're opening up doors to the dark side. Those are the two, I wouldn't say two main things, but two of the ways that you guys can conjure up spirits. And no good ever came up with tarot reading cards. No good ever came with the Ouija boards. And if you guys see, there's even scary movies that came up with Ouija boards. If you guys go to a psychic medium in a shop, in a store, and they do tarot card readings, then you know that you should automatically know that it's not going to be good, because they don't know what they're doing. They're just doing it for money. I personally would not recommend for anybody to ask questions and put their life questions, important questions about their life, in the hands of cardboard paper, in the hands of cards, tarot cards. Because if you guys notice, there's a lot of bad things on it. The sword, the ace card. It's just, I just wouldn't recommend it. I would say, if you guys want a real reading, go to somebody that's an expert on reading. Go to somebody that knows what they're doing. Go to somebody that has a natural gift, instead of having to rely on people's lives on a freaking card. I will not recommend that. Same thing with Ouija boards. I will not recommend that. Seances, they're different. Seances obviously do open doors, portals and doors. It could be open to the good side, it could be open to the bad side. But what I don't and will never understand is why would anybody do a seance in a haunted location? Because all you're doing is you're stirring up the spirits that are there as it is. You're pissing them off. You're giving them the power and the energy to cause harm, to do physical harm on humans. And it's not cool. Now, if you're doing seances to communicate with a specific spirit that's not a demon, and you know how to send that spirit back and shut the doors and close the portal, that's a different story. But every single seance that I've seen on TV and on a lot of places that people are doing on the internet, everywhere, they're doing it at haunted locations. They're stirring up the activity. They're increasing the activity, stirring up these spirits. You know what I mean? It's like they create a fucking war zone. And then they say, oh, well, we communicated with the spirits. We got the answers that we need. Okay, now we're out of here. Nobody, doesn't work that way. You're not helping anybody, especially not the people that live there. Fuck the spirits that are pissed off. What about the people that are in that location? You're putting their lives at risk. And I don't recommend that. If you're doing it for a good cause, for a good reason, by all means, go ahead and do it. Again, I'm not telling you to do it and not to do it. But at the same time, I don't fucking recommend it. I've seen it. I've experienced people doing it. Not good. So don't. And then these rituals that people do. How many rituals have you guys seen that are good? Maybe 1%. Literally. And again, if you know how to close those doors and to send the spirits back, and you're not conjuring up, you're not opening up portals to the dark side and demons coming through. So there's so many levels, so many different ways you guys can conjure up spirits. And that's another way of having an attachment. That's another way of having hauntings. That's another way of opening yourself to allow them to possess you. And I don't recommend it. You know what I'm saying? Drawing a fucking pentagram. Sitting in the middle of a fucking pentagram to do a seance or to do a ritual. Just to put it on TV. Just to fucking put it on YouTube or on the internet. To stir shit up, to get followers, to get viewers. And you guys think that's cool, and you think that God allows you guys to do that and say, okay, that's fine, you're still going to come up there when you die? No, you're responsible for all the fucking doors that you open to the dark side. You're responsible for bringing all the fucking demons. And you need to clean it up. Because if you don't, then I will come clean it up. Somebody like me, someone else that's like me will come clean it up. Don't fuck with it if you don't know what you're doing. Because not only are you putting your life at risk, but if you have kids, your kids' lives are at risk. You have a spouse, your spouse's life is at risk. You go to work and you have coworkers and your job is at risk, your coworkers are at risk. You'll end up losing your fucking job, and they'll find a way to ruin your life. Before you know it, your life will be spiraling out of control. You won't be able to pay your mortgage. You won't be able to pay your bills and your rent. Your ass will be out on the fucking street with the blink of an eye before you even know it. And that's the honest fucking truth when it comes to the dark side. Do I deal with them all the time? Absolutely, I deal with them all the time. But I deal with them because I know how to deal with them. I don't deal with them because they're my puppets. I don't deal with them because I play with them. I don't deal with them because they're my buddies and we hang out. I deal with them because I have to, because I choose to, because I want to. And the reason for all those is to help people. When people contact me and I go to haunted locations, of course I do a reading. Of course I find out who's there. Of course I communicate with the entities that are at that location. But guess what? When I'm done, I don't just walk out. I don't stir shit up and walk out and say, I helped the spirits and I helped you because I gave a message and I told you who's here and that's it. It doesn't work that way. When you're helping somebody, you do it all the way. You go all the fucking way to help them. And that's what I do. I evict them. I kick them out. I don't even give them a notice. And I close the doors and the portals that are open in that location. And I cleanse the location and every single person that is living at that location or on that property. So unless you guys know what the fuck you're doing, I wouldn't do it. I love you guys to death, and that's my passion. That's why I'm here. That's what I've been doing for like 17 years now. I've had this gift since I was in the second grade, excuse me. I mean, I probably had it before, you know, I've had the gift since I was born. But I knew about it when I was in the second grade. And it was exciting. It was scary. But I kept those doors open because I knew there was a purpose in my life. There was a purpose of why I had the gift, why I was seeing spirits, why I was hearing spirits, why I was feeling them. And then 17 years ago, I decided I'm going to use that, turn it into something positive, and help people. It's not just the readings that I do. I've worked with so many paranormal investigators, and I've helped them out. And I'm continuously working with paranormal investigators. And it's awesome. It's rewarding to know that I've helped another family out. I helped another human being out. And not only are you helping them out, but you're helping the spirits there too. I cross them over. I help the spirits to go where they're supposed to go. The ones that are earthbound, the ones that are lost, the ones that don't know that they crossed over. They don't know that their physical body is dead and their spirit is out of their body because it happened so quickly. A lot of spirits are lost. A lot of spirits are earthbound that don't want to be earthbound, and they're constantly searching and searching and searching. And because of that, they get frustrated and the energy builds up. And so they start doing things out of the ordinary, and people think, oh my God, it's a bad demonic haunting. Some are not. Some are, and some, that's 50-50. And that's when people like me go in there and we figure out where they're supposed to go. But with that said, I'm going to be making a lot more videos. Thank you guys so much for the awesome comments for the ASMR video that I made. It was my very first video. I didn't know how it was going to turn out. It turned out to be really cool. So I made a few more that I'm going to be uploading. So within the next few days, look forward to the ASMR video that I'm going to be uploading, or videos. If you guys have any other questions, any concerns, you guys need help with stuff, including readings, you guys can always contact me at monicaspiritqueen@yahoo.com. And you guys can catch me on Twitter and DM me on Twitter, which is at monmonqueenie. I also have a Snapchat, which is really cool and awesome because I put all kinds of crazy stuff on it and funny things too. That's Mon Spirit Queen. And I also have Instagram, Mon Spirit Queen. So, you know, it's either Monica or Mon Spirit Queen. You guys can't miss me. Of course, Facebook, Mon Spirit Queen. I will be posting all that information too also. And I do answer my emails. If I don't answer it right away, give me a day or two. I do receive them. I do read them. I do always contact you back. It might be a day or two later. Unless it's an emergency, because I take the emergency ones first. Within a day or two, I definitely contact you guys back. So don't forget to put in your name and your phone number and the reason why you're contacting me, what's going on. It doesn't have to be in complete detail, but just a quick rundown of what's going on so I know what I'm getting myself into when I call you guys, and be prepared to help you guys. And with that said, I'm going to get going. I have a lot of things going on, and, you know, I'm constantly busy, but I always make time for the internet. I always make time for you guys, and at the same time, I am working on 2 radio shows that I have, two of my radio shows that I have, so that's freaking awesome. And I will be, you know, posting more updates on that too, and how you guys can chat with me one-on-one and contact me. But again, if you guys need my help, if you guys have questions, don't be shy, don't be scared. I don't bite. It's Monica, MONICA, spiritqueen@yahoo.com, or you guys can DM me, follow me on Twitter, and I always have awesome updates on Twitter too on events, red carpet events, all kinds of events that are coming up, including going to haunted locations, and I give the public opportunities to join me at haunted locations as well. So I'm very publicly active with everybody. You guys cannot miss me. I'm on all the social media sites. So hope to chat with you guys soon. I will be uploading more videos very, very soon. Within the next week, I should have a couple more videos uploaded. So look forward to that. And I'll give you guys more information on my 2 radio shows that I'm doing. All right, y'all take care. Love you guys. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you.